Obviously, the end of the year is a time that can be some mixed emotions, happiness, maybe some relief, but also anxiety of what's going to happen. So, Dr. McBride, as this school year comes to an end and we have things, celebrations and parties and proms, and we head off into summer, what do you think we need to make sure these kids know before they end this school year?
Well, what I wish most kids in America and parents knew is that they had the reassurance that they would be able to go back to normal life in the fall, if that's appropriate for their child. Of course, some kids are high risk and some kids are going to have unique medical vulnerabilities. But we also need to realize that COVID is not going away. It is going to be endemic, and we need to learn to live with COVID-19. It's impossible to stomp out this virus, but let's be clear about how to protect children. Here's how we protect children who are unvaccinated. Number one, and this is huge, adult vaccinations. So you can see the case rates in children dropping precipitously as adults are vaccinated. Because when you're vaccinated by one of these phenomenal vaccines, you're protecting yourself as an adult. You're also protecting vulnerable people. You're not transmitting the virus in any meaningful way to other people. So the main push right now should be getting all adults vaccinated who are eligible. The other way to protect kids is by surrounding them with vaccinated people, as I just said, and then by seeing that the community case rates are going down every single day. And lastly, just by being a kid, your risk for COVID-19 is low. It's not zero. There are tragically kids who have died. There are kids who are being hospitalized, but the American Academy of Pediatrics says that it's 0.8% risk of hospitalization. And that goes down every single day as community case rates go down. So we need to really think big and think in perspective about what is health. I mean, for kids, it's important not to get COVID-19, which is generally a mild or asymptomatic illness in most children. We also need to think about health as more than the absence of COVID-19. It's about being in the classroom with other kids and engaging in normal life.
And how, the word normal, right? But how normal, Dr. Zywicki, would you say your school is now?
With the exception of masks, we're normal. That is kind of the last thing that's there. There are social distancing protocols. We are sanitizing. We're still following all those things, but we're essentially back to normal. We're in school full day and have been for a while now. We're eating lunch and we have sports and PE and all of our normal programs are running. So we're basically at normal. Masks are kind of this last hurdle, and for students, staff, parents, it's symbolic.
And I wonder too, for those students, did they have the ability to opt to stay remote until the start of next year, Dr. Zywicki?
Yes, and so we're, depending on our buildings, like our middle school, which has almost 1,200 students, we're about 90% of our students are in person. And the same thing for our elementaries. Our high school's a little bit lower, but yes, they still have the option until June for our virtual cohort. We have our combined in-person cohort that we call cohort IP, and we have our virtual cohort, which we call cohort V. But that is, that's running to the end of the year, but the numbers are dwindling every day. And, now that it's getting warmer, parents are saying, can we come in for the last 2 weeks of school? So I think people are gaining confidence. They want that return to normalcy, and everyone is looking forward to September, which is why in my letter, I said, please tell us now what's going to happen in September. And I was really happy when the Secretary of Education came and they kind of walked back the whole, you're definitely going to have masks in September. I was really appreciative of that last week.